Hey, to whoever may need this nugget of encouragement, things will be alright, so quit your worrying. I get it, the odds seem stacked back against the wall, but even consider it such, know you'll stand tall. Sat and watch from the sidelines one too many times. Wicked games to play make me wanna lose my mind. Found solitude knowing it'll be over soon. Ever need a boost, count on me for the 1-2.
Welcome to the Suplex Sports Podcast. It's your boy Mish. We back at it live in full effect. What a tremendous weekend in sports. What a tremendous weekend. Pretty fast weekend anyway. Everybody out there enjoyed your long 3-day weekend. Shout out to the indigenous people. You know what I'm saying? Celebrating Indigenous People Day. And essentially having a day off and kicking back and relaxing as we all get back into the grind, essentially. But I'm going to bring you a little bit of news over the weekend real quick, as this is the Weekend Roundup. So let's get to it. MLB playoffs is heating up. Both the divisional championships is over with on both sides, AL and NL. And we have moved into the championship game, the NLCS and the ALCS respectively. As of right now, it is the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the New York Mets. Yes, those New York Mets. They are doing their thing right now. Right now, that series is now tied 1-1 in the ALCS. So, I mean, as now it's just back to New York now. So it's gonna be pretty intriguing to see how this whole entire thing shakes out. We all know that the Dodgers are the powerhouse of the West, and essentially would expect them to steamroll over the Mets, but Francisco Lindor and company, they're doing their thing. So I salute as we keep going on and pushing forward. As of right now, the ALCS between the Cleveland Guardians and the New York Yankees has not begun as of yet, as that game is tipping off later on this evening for Game 1. We shall see how that essentially shakes out. As the powerhouse Yankees, you know, I do expect them to do what they do essentially. Win. But who's to say? You know, Cleveland, they, you know, stood the test of time. They got, you know, all the way to this point. So let's see if they can essentially slay the Giants of the East. All right. Moving forward, another UFC Fight Night weekend. It was live at the Apex facility in Las Vegas, Nevada, where main event was Brendan Royval versus Tatsuro Taira. Went all 5 rounds. Royval essentially took it. I thought it was a pretty good fight from what I was seeing. I was thinking in and out a little bit, but pretty decent fight. No finishes, but still decent. You know, good up and coming flyweights. For those who like to see, you know, the faster fighters. All right. Middleweight, my man Brad Tavares met the cat some years back. Real good dude. And I think it was probably like damn near at the beginning of his career, actually. We met him at the UFC Expo here in Boston. Real cool cat. Brad Tavares, he went ahead and fought Jung Young Park of Korea. And Park essentially, he beat Tavares by decision in 3 rounds. Also, Chidi Nokuchuwani, he also won against Jared Gooden. And Chidi essentially won by unanimous decision. There wasn't too many fights on this card that were finished fights, but they were entertaining nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? Gave you something to take a look at, essentially. Seeing some good up-and-coming fighters and see where they could potentially go with the UFC. Overall, good. Grant Dawson, he did knock out Rafa Garcia in the second round TKO. And who was it? I was looking at Daniel Rodriguez. He did fight Alex Morono, and that fight went to decision, all 3 rounds as well, going to Rodriguez. So that was pretty much it. UFC are putting out, they're cranking it out. It seems like they got more stuff going on every week, every weekend essentially now, and plus, and sometimes twice a week you got the Contender Series as well. Don't get me wrong, I don't know what to do about that whole entire slap competition. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to I don't know how to judge it. You just sit there and just watch somebody just get knocked out instantly and completely, man. I don't know. NBA season. We're almost there, baby. We're almost there. But a week and a half till tip off or so. New York Knicks versus the Boston Celtics. As the Celtics, I guess they begin their campaign for another banner, and we'll take a look at the new look New York Knicks. We'll call Anthony Towns and company, and some of the holdovers from what was supposed to be the Villanova revival team, so to speak, in the NBA. Didn't go down that way, but it is what it is in that regard. So, moving forward, good week 6 here in the NFL. Few injuries, everybody's getting hurt week to week. We already know how it goes. But overall, some pretty good matchups. We'll go ahead and get it started real quick. The 49ers and the Seahawks, they kicked it off on Thursday night. The Niners did their thing, 136-24. Geno Smith, he did his thing with Seattle. Geno's looking all right. I just feel bad for the cats who got DK Metcalf on their fantasy team. I know my boy John came in kind of heated. I was like, hey man, I mean, you just got to take a look at Vibe and what you got, what he's working with. But that ain't no slight. DK can put up good numbers, but then again, it's only week 6. We still got a ways to go. Also, Sunday morning, Caleb Williams went out and showed his ass in London. I'm talking about he was dealing. You mean? Caleb was dealing. He was doing his thing. Caleb went out and touched up the Jaguars 35-16. I'm happy for that cat. They seem like they finally got what they need going for themselves. We'll see how they can keep it sustained. Also, Philadelphia Eagles, they went ahead and touched up on the Browns. No diddy. Philly needed that victory. They needed this win. They needed it. They really, really did. Cleveland, I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, like I don't know what happened to Deshaun Watson, man. Like this ain't the cat, everybody used to clamor for in fantasy. You know what I mean? And just in football in general. You know what I mean? Was a top 5 quarterback. I mean, I understand, you going through some things, went through some things, man, but it ain't looking good at all. But Nick Chubb's coming back soon. I think Nick Chubb's coming back next week, so be on the lookout for that as well. Baltimore Ravens, they beat the Commanders 30-23. Jaden Daniels, young man, hung in there and did all he could. But Baltimore, they're steamrolling right now. Derrick Henry is a force. Derrick Henry's back like he ain't never left. By the time to talk about Derrick's washed up, well, he might lose a step. Look like they stepping pretty good. Stepping pretty healthy, I would say, definitely over there. Green Bay Packers beat the Cardinals 34-13. I know during that game, Marvin Harrison Jr. Got concussed. But, Jordan Love is back. And, he's doing good things over there in Green Bay as they're rolling. Indianapolis Colts beat the Titans 20-17. Anthony Richardson sat out. I believe he's actually dressed. I believe he was the quarterback 3 for the game. Potentially could have played, but Flacco went out there and essentially got it done. The Buccaneers, they beat down on the Saints 51-27. Good game. Real good game. Nice hot ball. It's a good game. A little back and forth, but good game. Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield, man. I mean, can't say nothing negative about Baker. Baker's essentially turned the page and is doing a few things in Tampa, despite, him saying what he said about, Brady and the culture and how everybody's more of a relaxed state now that he's gone. X, Y, and Z. The Steelers beat on the Raiders 32-13. Najee Harris. They have a good game. Over 100 yards and a touchdown. My man, I think he's starting to get it going and rolling now, honestly. Oh, and Russell Wilson may be back next week. I heard he's back at practice as well, so I think that's a good thing as well. We'll see if the ball moves a little bit more downfield. For some odd reason, I expect more from George Pickens right now, and I'm just not seeing it. I don't know if it's him and Fields just not being able to hook up on certain plays, but we'll see what happens in terms of if any changes are made in that regard. Also, the Chargers beat the Broncos 23-16. Honestly, I picked the Broncos to win this game. Honestly, Bo Nix has been doing a fantastic job as of late. But Justin Herbert went out there and got the job done. The Falcons beat the Panthers 38-20. Yeah, we know what we get from Carolina. But Kirk Cousins, man, he's got the birds back on the whole entire revival again, man. You know what I mean? They looking real good down there in Atlanta. Tyler Algier had a big game as well. Shocking in some regard. B. John Robinson was out there as well. B. John got some work in, but in that regard. Also, the Bengals, they went ahead and they beat the Giants 17-7. Low scoring game. I was actually kind of surprised at that. I thought I know Malik Neighbors was essentially out with a concussion. Little controversy because he was seen at a concert. Yeah. I expected Daniel Jones and company to put up more of a fight Sunday night, but didn't go down that way. Also, the Drake May, finally seen Drake May. He had a couple of touchdowns for the Patriots. Overall, they couldn't beat the Texans. The Texans beat them 41-21. I mean, but I seen some good things. I seen some good things from Drake May. So maybe the offense might be going a little bit in a different direction now. Now that Jacoby Brissett's been benched. Yeah, interesting. Might be pretty much too little, too late. But right now, we'll see. And if we can't win no games, Patriots can't win no games, then I think they should be in line for Mr. Travis Henry. With that said, also, last but not least, I can't leave him out. Did you not see the Detroit Lions go to AT&T Stadium in Texas and just straight smack Dallas around? My God. Now, you know who they need? Who they need, bro?
Coach O'Shea.
Who?
Coach O'Shea.
Coach O'Shea?
Little Giants.
Stop it. Coach O'Shea from the Little Giants. Yeah, I mean, it looks like things might be trending that way. There's still some season. There's still a lot of season left, but I mean, that didn't look good. Dak looked like Dak. Right, that's all I know. We already in, I ain't saying mid-season form Dak, but that was bad, bro. I mean, I expected a tighter game than that, honestly. I just didn't expect the whole entire a molly-whopping like that. Unfortunately, during that game, Aiden Hutchinson, defensive end of the Detroit Lions, broke his fibula tibula. Seen him carted out pretty bad. Seen him replayed, looked really bad. Right now, I guess he did have surgery. Timeline is about 4 to 6 months. And we'll see what happens going from there. That's a big loss for Detroit, but the overall statement was made. That's all I know. Seriously. Well, in other news, we got Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball supposed to be making his little bit of a comeback. We'll see what happens there. I mean, damn, bro, even you rolling your eyes. Yeah, I mean, I feel you. Hey, man, trying to get back out there.
His father's been very quiet. That's all I'm gonna say. I haven't heard from that dude.
Big baller brand.
I haven't heard from that dude in God knows when.
It's a good thing. I'm sure he's still doing his coaching, the AAU thing, and whatever else have you. Let him. Yeah. That's it. That's essentially what's going on. But yeah, NBA season gets started next week. Week and a half or so. I'm sorry. Week and a half. I believe it's the 27th, something like that. Yeah. There's gonna be a lot of trash talk in terms of what team is doing what thus far. That's all I know. But we'll see if Lonzo can be back on the floor. All right, guys, we all need you all to sit there, share, like, and subscribe. Suplex Sports Podcast, your boy Mish. Hit us up, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, just about all social media platforms. Check out our old episodes on Spotify exclusively. Prior to being on YouTube. I think it's still on Spotify. So you can sit in your car, take the 10-15 minutes, listen to Mish real quick as you're driving along the highway and cruising on into work or going back home. Whatever you feel. And of course, now it's that time for the suplex of the weekend. Bro, what you think?
Isn't it obvious? 47-9.
Suplex of the weekend, folks, goes to those Dallas Cowboys. Those Dallas Cowboys. Those boys and boys and boys. Jerry's World, folks. Suplex of the weekend. Again. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Just can't get right, boss.
Just can't get right. Maybe got to get to the gun line. That gun line goes from shack to shack, clear across the yard. That's right. Cowboys, man. I don't know what the hell's going on, but yeah, it might be. McCarthy's a damn good coach, but you He's the one who has to fall on the sword at some point. If Jerry's just gonna let it rock out, let it rock out. But that's what it is. All right, folks. Suplex Sports Podcast. This was the Weekend Roundup. Your boy Mish, and I'm gonna get with you guys next week. Yeehaw.